Welcome back, everyone. Today we are tackling a really intense and often misunderstood section from Nietzsche's philosophy, from his book Thus Spoke Zarathustra.
That's right. We're diving into the chapter called War and Warriors. I think for many listeners, the title alone might sound a bit aggressive or concerning.
It absolutely does, and that's intentional. Nietzsche uses very strong language to challenge our conventional ideas about conflict, struggle, and even peace itself.
So where does he start? He begins by addressing his brethren in war, saying he loves them but is also their best enemy because he'll tell them the truth.
Exactly. He's setting the stage that true friendship or love involves telling hard truth, not just sparing someone's feelings. It's a form of profound respect.
This truth seems to involve our darker emotions. He says he knows the hatred and envy in their hearts and tells them not to be ashamed of it.
Yes, this is a classic Nietzschean move. Instead of suppressing emotions like envy, he suggests we should be great enough to acknowledge them and use them as fuel.
So, if I'm envious of a competitor's success, I shouldn't feel guilty, but instead use that feeling to push myself to achieve even more?
That's precisely the idea. It's about transforming that negative energy into a powerful motivation for your own growth and your own personal war or struggle.
He then makes a really interesting distinction. He says he sees many soldiers, but wishes he could see many warriors. What's the difference for him?
This is a crucial point. A soldier just wears a uniform and follows orders without thinking. The uniform hides their individuality, making them all the same.
So a soldier is someone who just blends in and does what they're told. What makes a warrior different in Nietzsche's eyes then?
A warrior is someone who fights for their own thoughts and values. They actively seek an enemy, not a person to destroy, but a challenge to overcome.
That sounds like a very internal, personal kind of battle. The enemy is a representation of an opposing idea or a personal limitation you need to conquer.
Exactly. He says, "Your war shall ye wage, and for the sake of your thoughts." The battle is intellectual and spiritual, aimed at growth and self-overcoming.
This connects to his strange advice about peace. He says we should love peace only as a means to new wars. That sounds very unsettling at first.
It does, but if we see war as this personal struggle for growth, it makes more sense. Peace isn't about passive relaxation. It's a time to prepare for the next challenge.
So a short peace is better than a long one because a long peace might lead to stagnation, a lack of challenge, and ultimately no personal development.
That's the interpretation. He says, let your work be a fight. Let your peace be a victory. Your peace should be something earned through struggle, not just a default state.
He also flips a common saying on its head. He claims it's not the good cause that makes a war holy, but the good war that makes any cause holy.
This is so provocative. He's arguing that the quality of the struggle itself, the courage, the discipline, the fight for your ideas, is what gives value to the goal.
So the process of striving and fighting with integrity is actually more important than the specific cause you happen to be fighting for. That's a radical idea.
It is. He then elevates bravery above all else, stating simply, to be brave is good. He contrasts this with sympathy or charity, which he seems to look down on.
Right. He claims that your bravery have hitherto saved the victims, not your sympathy. Why would he be so dismissive of simple compassion?
He sees sympathy as a potentially weakening emotion, one that keeps people in a state of victimhood. Bravery, on the other hand, is an active virtue that creates strength.
So it's about empowering people to save themselves through their own courage, rather than just having others feel sorry for them. It's an active versus passive worldview.
Yes, and this warrior must have an enemy they can be proud of. He says you should have enemies to be hated, but not enemies to be despised.
What does that mean, not despising your enemy? It sounds like you should respect them, even if you are in complete opposition to them.
Exactly. A worthy enemy challenges you and forces you to be your best. Their successes are also your successes because they push you to a higher level.
It's like in sports, where a great rival team makes your own team play better. You respect their skill, even as you compete fiercely against them.
That's a perfect analogy. Now he gets into another paradoxical idea about obedience. He says the warrior finds "thou shalt" more pleasant than "I will."
That seems completely backward. I will sounds like strong free will, while thou shalt sounds like you just taking orders from someone else.
For Nietzsche, the "thou shalt" comes from a higher principle you've chosen to obey. It's a command from your highest hope or your highest thought, not an external boss.
So it's not about obeying a random person, but about obeying the highest version of yourself or the grand goal you have set for your own life.
Precisely. And he finally reveals what that highest thought is. Man is something that is to be surpassed. This is the ultimate war, the ultimate goal.
So all of this, the struggle, the bravery, the worthy enemy, it's all in service of this grand project of overcoming our current limitations and becoming something more.